afternoon. I was talking to a few people and I said, Mother Nature warmed it up a little bit for us. So I'm actually feeling a little hot right now. My name is Sharon Owens. For those of you I have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm the deputy mayor here in the city of Syracuse. Our mayor, Ben Walsh, is in New York and in Albany advocating for our city and doing what good mayors do for cities. So I'm standing in for him, and I am just honored to be here. I don't know if many people know my family story. I have a very, very tall 18-year-old who is a young man with a developmental disability, and just helping him and working with him and all of his service providers and advocating with the schools and government on his behalf since the day he was diagnosed with autism at about 2.5 years old. So it has been a journey for us. And now we're in the next phase of that journey, and I'm always talking to other parents because now he's a young man, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean for me right now? And so just phase after phase after phase of just life as a family. And so I am completely honored to be here and have been given the distinct honor of reading a proclamation. It's a little lengthy, but I'm not gonna not read one word of it. I'm gonna read the whole thing. Whereas cerebral palsy is the most common physical disability among children and affects an estimated 17 million people worldwide from all socioeconomic levels. It is a lifelong, non-progressive neuromotor condition affecting body movement and muscle coordination. And whereas World Cerebral Palsy Day is a movement of people with cerebral palsy, their families, and the organizations that support them in more than 60 countries. It serves as a reminder that when people with cerebral palsy have meaningful opportunities to live up to their potentials, they make powerful contributions to the world we all share. And whereas the city of Syracuse is committed to the elimination of all barriers, both physical, attitudinal, that prevent the full and effective participation of all persons in the community, we understand and appreciate the supports, physical, academic, and spiritual, that can help us all to embrace the independence and joy of people with cerebral palsy and their families. And whereas the objective is nothing less than to create cultural change so that our community embraces people with CP as brothers, sisters, and full citizens, to help all educators create an experience that will encourage the broader community to embrace people with CP, and to provide education to members of the community that is equal to that of every other citizen. Whereas our community proudly joins in celebrating and bringing awareness to people with cerebral palsy so that they may fully participate in a better, more inclusive world, the city of Syracuse commends organizations that work toward and support the removal of barriers for people living with CP, and are dedicated to committing available resources to that end. Now, therefore, I, Sharon Owens, on behalf of Ben Walsh, our mayor, hereby proclaim on the 3rd day of October 2018 to be World Cerebral Palsy Day in the city of Syracuse. So now it's my pleasure to introduce to some of you. Cora True Foss is a mom of 2 children, a sole American World CP Day committee member. Wow. I thought I had a big job. She was appointed by Governor Cuomo as a member of the New York State Developmental Disability Planning Council, and is a Cerebral Palsy Foundation chapter leader. And we had an interesting conversation, and we were talking about, just government and support from all sides of political spectrum. And I said, there is no partisanship when it comes to advocating for people with disabilities. Everybody is on the same page with this, and it just is how it should be.